Yostar game warmly welcomes you to apply to our Headhunting program. What's this all about? What's the details and what's the catch of joining this particular content creator program? We're gonna use this video to talk about how I feel towards this initiative and what are some of the concerns that I have when they run this particular program for us. So let's jump right in. Let's read the article together, and then when we move from statement to statement, we talk about the things to highlight about them. So once again, Yostar Games is the one welcoming us to this particular program, and it says that we thank you in advance for the interest that you have in our game and the content that you are producing for it. Right off the bat, let's explain something really clearly first. You may be a new player into the game, or you have been playing for quite a long while and till now this is not an info that you have understood. So, Yostar Games and Hypergryph are two different people. Yostar Games is the publisher of Arknights, and they are the ones that allows the game, this particular game that comes from China, to be dispatched to the global players for us to play. Whereas Hypergryph are the developers of the game. They're the ones that makes the game assets, the game skins, the game events, and the story and everything about the game. This is all done by Hypergryph. Yostar may not be involved in the production. Even if they are, it's going to be very minimal. It's just little to none that Yostar is ever involved in the creation of this game. It's all Hypergryph's doing, and Yostar is simply taking the assets from them and then dispatching it for us EN players to play. So don't get too confused as to like, oh, is this what like Arknights as the overall developer is trying to do? I don't think that's the case. I think this is in Yostar's lead to actually get this program going. It's a pretty interesting initiative, but we got to cover the details to explain why it's even something that's good for them to explore in the first place. Oh, and before I continue on, because we're talking about the subject of Hypergryph and Yostar, if you still haven't heard from my previous videos as to updates as to the CN situation, like the whole controversy that's going on, has anything happened yet? No. There's no improvements towards that situation. There's no improvements and there's no improvements. Why is that so? Because Hypergryph still chose to stay silent about the event. They didn't make any noise. They didn't mention anything. They didn't make like a public statement or comment towards it. I guess they thought that silence is golden and that is the better option to take here. We as players, we can't really do much about it. We can only look towards the company and be like, okay, I guess they're not bothering about it for a while. Maybe they are going to make a statement, but it's not anytime soon. It might be when they do the half-year anniversary that's coming next month. For now, it's a stalemate. CN is experiencing their Chapter 9 update, and Chapter 9 looks very good. All the new enemies and mechanics are pretty exciting. I myself personally can't wait to experience Chapter 9 soon with you guys, but that's gonna only happen next year. So we can only just wait it out for now and see how everything plays out. So yep, that's just a brief update as to whatever's going on in CN. Let's continue with this article. With the purpose of helping our content creators, we have set up a creator program that will help our current and future content creators to gain visibility by helping them to create better content, receive feedback from a team of professionals. Now, the idea of helping creators is something that's of subject. I think it's most apparent in Sessiv's video, where he was talking about what he wishes Yostar to improve. That video was pretty damn chaotic because Sessiv went through a lot of rounds of changing his title, his thumbnail, but he can't really change the video content, which some people have pointed out in the video content that they felt that it was too personal. It might have been too excessive of his own personal opinion rather than things that actually affects the entire community, which Sessiv admitted in his recent video that he felt that he made the mistakes in there and that he could have done a better job to portray that video. But however there is though, the fact that the video actually made that amount of noise and this thing happened, it felt like a coincidence that now there's a sudden content creator program after Sessiv made a big video about it. And some people also mentioned that I talked about it in my videos, which I didn't make like a whole big video about it. It's just a brief section that I talked about in the Chen controversy video and then also in my why Arknights is the best gacha game video, where I was talking about if let's say the company would want to support content creators better, it will be very beneficial. It helps us to be more assured as to the kind of content that the company would like to see, and at the same time at least cater better to the audience, give us a little bit of info, a little bit of lead as to what are some things that players can find out soon from us. So this is all exciting. There are specific support that I expect from the company, but I'm gonna have to see the details as we read this article on. So let's continue. In short, what are we intending to do? Help the players to grow their channel and audience, reward participants with monthly benefits, reward participants with special merchandisers, set up a special Discord channel with the coordinators and other participants, and the list is not limited to the above mentioned points and can be updated at any time. The benefits are all nice and whatsoever, but I think for me personally, I'm not very particular about receiving benefits from them. Like, I'm not expecting remuneration or like some kind of in-game item from them for being a part of this program. I feel that if, let's say, they want to give away more goodies for players, give it to other players, don't give it to me. I'm already someone who's producing content for people, and for people to be able to watch me and support me, I think that's enough support that I get in my life already, you know. I don't really need more. If they have the funding to give things to people, give it to the other players, hold more giveaways, hold more merchandise sales, hold more contests and competitions. I'd rather other people be blessed than to see content creators as people who are elites. I myself, I don't feel like I'm a different person than any other AK player. I might be someone that you guys see on YouTube, someone that you guys watch and listen to, but at the end of the day, I'm just a regular person. I'm a university student, I work in a company, I'm a very busy person myself, and making videos and streaming is just something that I do out of my own liking and, you know, to appeal to you guys. There's really no need for me to like get all these sort of stuff. I want this joy to be shared to all other players. But of course, I think with the fact that content creators are now hopping on board and helping out with, you know, their endeavors, and there might be more avenues that we could be giving stuff to players as well. If let's say we work together with them, one of the things that I wish Yostar would do is to give us the ability to support our projects. So for instance, if let's say we want to do like an art contest, or we want to do a dorm contest, maybe a little bit like a stage clear contest to see who has the most creative clear, that kind of thing. If Yostar can help us out by giving us the prizes that we can dispatch the players, like give us 10 time Headhunting tickets that we can give to players, top 10 winners that is, then you know that's gonna help us a lot. It's something that can be very expensive on our own. I don't earn a lot from doing YouTube and Twitch, and with the help and support from Yostar to assist us in these kind of programs, that is going to be very exciting. I mean, they don't have to worry about the organization. We creators can chip in and do up a good project proposal that they can take in, and we will be the ones to execute for them. Just give us the materials, the little bit of funding, and you know, it's good to go. The little bit of sponsorship to get projects going is exciting. Yeah, that's at least the point of rewarding us with monthly benefits. Give me the ability to give people benefits. I don't need the benefits, you know. It's the same idea for the special merchandise. Like, I get that receiving merchandise is cool. Like, I have this Calcit bunny in front of me, and I have the Mudrock poster behind me. Those are the things that I got from winning the CC video contest in CC Cinder. I think for that one, I won like 3rd place or 4th place, so I managed to get these stuff, which is cool. But then again, there's no ability for people to get the merchandise that I have now. Like, in the Yostar store, there's no ability to buy the Mudrock poster. You can't buy this Calcit bunny plushie. And a lot of people have been asking me, you know, hey, I want to get this plushie as well. Where do you get it? But I didn't buy it. I only got it as a prize. So rather than to reward us with special merchandise, if they want to give us merchandise, make this accessible to other players. Make this accessible to everyone to buy in-store and enjoy for themselves, to collect for themselves. I think this is like a missed opportunity here that Yostar haven't considered. They could be selling all of these goodies to everyone. I think there's a good market for it, but for now, they haven't considered it yet. I'm pretty certain that if, let's say, the Undertides event drop and they start selling this Calcit bunny plushie, it's gonna be selling like hotcakes. It's definitely a good deal. People want to own this. So again, I don't need exclusivity. Give it to other players. Let everyone enjoy the happiness together. It shouldn't be something that only me myself can be like, oh, I'm a content creator. Look at me. I have this bunny plushie. You know, I'd rather have this feeling of, I have this bunny plushie. Oh, you have it too, and you have it too. Look at that. We're all in this fun time together of supporting this game. That's at least a pointer that I want to put across to Yostar. Apart from that, on all the other pointers, I mean, it's cool to have a little bit of assistance that we get from the company. I think one thing that I look forward to for the company to help us when it comes to our video making is the copyright measures. So if you guys are unaware, technically everything that you do is copyrighted, right? The pictures that you use, the posters that you use, the game assets that you use, and music as well, all of these things are owned by the company that made them. And it's very difficult to track all of these lines because we don't know what is okay to be posted up and what is considered breaching certain rules. I would think that game assets, despite the copyright, creators are still able to use these assets to make the videos. If not, then there will be no game content, you know. We're talking about a game on an entirely black screen, nothing to see at all. So on the point of like in-game stuff, that's perfectly fine. I think the most difficult part for me is the in-game music. Music is a very dangerous territory to tread, and YouTube often does like a content ID sort of thing to track whether our content is considered like a copyrighted content that we're playing. If Yostar can at least explain a little bit more to us as to the measures that we can take when it comes to using their music, that would be very, very good. So definitely one of the things that I really hope is for Yostar to guide us even better when it comes to these particular issues. Okay, all of these pointers mentioned, let's look at the requirements of joining their program. Applicants must possess a YouTube channel or Twitch channel and publish content related to Arknights on such a channel. I think this is expected, right? You can't be considered a content creator without producing anything in these two platforms. Afterwards, they stated that applicants must have at least 2,000 subscribers for their YouTube channel or 2,000 followers for their Twitch channel. So there's a pointer that I had to make about the numbers that they put here. 2,000 followers on Twitch sounds like a pretty overkill number in terms of the way that the Arknights community is. The only person who has overly exceeded this number is Kyostin himself. He has like 12,000 followers on Twitch right now, and I think Attribution also has it pretty high. But for other creators like Sessif, myself, Tsugu, we only recently crossed the 2k mark. So in fact, the number of Arknight streamers who are above 2k is very, very little. And yet there's a lot of budding creators on the lower front who have something in between 1k to 2k, and they're doing very well. They're getting a good streaming audience as well. So I do think the number of followers is a little overkill, but for the number of subscribers, it's understandable. There's actually a lot of Arknights YouTubers who's beyond 2,000 subscribers right now. I think it's like more than 40 or 50 of us that actually crossed over the 2,000 mark. Now some people are saying, is 2,000 not too high of a number? What about the people who have 1k subs, 500 subs, and that person might even be yourself watching the video right now? I think the move of setting the number as 2,000 isn't such a bad thing. It's a way to protect themselves whereby they don't have an influx of applicants. Imagine if they didn't even set the number of subscribers. They say anybody who produce Arknights videos can join in. They're gonna get like 1,000, 10,000 people who will sign up for their program, and they have to manage all these people at once. Right now, since the program is a fresh new start for them, I don't think they want to include exactly many people along, and they want only a specific group of people, which is why they put such a benchmark within there. And that number of people is also a sign that if let's say you have 2,000 people, whether on Twitch or YouTube, it means that you probably establish a community of players who support your video very much. So their goal is to get these channels to grow even further anyways, the people who have worked hard to grow this community. So I don't think it's such a bad number to put to it. If let's say you're in the 1,000 range and you still need to pull it up because you want to join this program, then work hard towards it. Use this number as a way to motivate you to propel your channel forward and grow it even larger. Okay, let's look at the last few requirements that they have stated. Applicants must have at least 5 videos related to Arknights EN on their channel. I think that's expected. If there's very few videos, then it might imply that you don't really focus that much in Arknights, so 5 videos seems like a decent way to count whether someone is doing Arknights a lot. And then afterwards, they stated that the content of all videos for this event should be 100% original. Failure to follow this rule will result in immediate disqualification. I think this looks like it's a call out to certain Arknights YouTubers who don't produce original content. There are some people who only take content from like Bilibili and they rip it off, take that particular content and make it theirs, and they don't even credit or any of that sort. They just put it there and people think they are an official channel that promotes these sort of stuff when questionably they don't really ask for permission for these content. So it's a good rule that they put over there. I'm not going to specify specific names, but if you want to know more about it, I believe Tugtest has made good videos talking about such YouTubers who have very questionable content as to whether or not they're producing original stuff. Okay, all videos should not contain elements of politics, violence, pornography, grotesque, controversial, or any other topic restricted by the platform, as well as materials that may involve copyright infringement. Failure to follow these indications may result in disqualification. Now, on this pointer of controversial and politics, this is gonna be a little bit of my concern when I'm joining this program. One thing that I need Yostar to assure the creators when we do come in here is that we still have 100% independence in the way that we create our videos and do our streams. Reason being, I don't want it to be a time where because of us joining the program and then we're expected to shield for the company, like we're expected to say all the good stuff about them. I'm not that sort of person. I think if there's things to call out about the company, to state what we wish can be improved, or to talk about a bad situation that has happened, whether in EN or CN, we should still be allowed to make such informative video for the sake of the community to be more aware about these things. and Yostar needs to allow that of us. If let's say there isn't a guarantee that they're gonna proofread everything that we make, then I'm not as interested to join this program. Because for me, in my videos, what I prioritize in is that it's entertaining and that it's informative. All the things that I talk about should be honest and accurate. That's the biggest focus that I have when making videos for you guys. So I really hope that Yostar can still put across a promise where we are still free to do whatever sort of video that we want. Of course, not a video that is overly negative and pulling things down. If the videos are made with proper intentions, it's for awareness sake and really giving clarity to situations, then those are still good videos that can be made for the community to be aware of. Towards the end of the article, it's all about just the way of applying, the fact that you have to fill in a Google form, do a review work, and then afterwards there's a way for you to contact them if you have any questions or not. So that's pretty much like all of the key details towards this headhunting program. To end it off, once again, one of the things that I have to repeat is the fact that we content creators were not considered like people who are extra special, or at least myself, I don't see myself as someone who's exactly all the more different from all of you over here. I often tell this to people on my stream, that even the day that I have 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, it's not gonna change my mind to make me feel like I'm a different person at the end of the day. Like, oh, I'm very popular now or very famous. To me, if let's say you're someone who cares too much about numbers and you let fame get to your head, fame can be something that's very poisoning, and it makes you feel like you're more special and more different from other people, or that you're someone who's more credible and all that kind of thing. I don't really like that sort of view. It doesn't mean that I don't want to grow in my channel. The more people who watch me and follow me, it's a sign that I'm doing better and I'm producing content that people will want to listen to, producing things that people are entertained by, and that's exactly the role of being a YouTuber or streamer, right? I'm here as someone to give you guys joy and happiness to hang around with. I don't know about other content creators and how they feel towards their perception of their growth, but to bring it back to this headhunting program, the big reminder to say here again, despite joining this program, it doesn't make me all the more special as a person. At the end of the day, I'm just an ordinary person, and I feel for everyone that's within the community. This has been a place that I grew up in for the past year, and it's been a place that I consider like a second home. I've made wonderful friends thanks to streaming on Twitch, thanks to doing videos on YouTube, and I think the ability to join this program is a sign that I've made good progress in terms of really growing the community that I want to have. So all in all, I think that's all the pointers that I have towards this headhunting program. If you guys have any opinions, comments, or questions that you have towards this, feel free to ask them in the comments down below. I'm always actively reading everything that you guys say, and if not, I shall see you guys within my next video. Alright, bye bye, 07.